And it's not the players we're going to be talking about, I think. It's the technology we're going to be discussing first and foremost. Gaston Mendieta and Robbie Cornford alongside me. Now, Robbie, I know you've been, I guess you could say, victim of VAR rather recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I played for a little while in Australia, and that was one of the first countries that VAR came into. And since it's been used in Australia, I can say that most people haven't been happy with it. There's been a lot of controversy, and there was an incident where the ball sort of grazed my arm in the penalty area when I was already on a yellow. And it was after maybe 2 or 3 minutes, it went to VAR after the ball went out, and the referee gave me a second yellow and sent me off, which at the time I thought was incredibly harsh. But
it literally just grazed your hand.
Yeah, I mean, the shot was on target, and I took a little bit of pace off the ball. I suppose that's what the referee was seeing. But I think the tricky thing around the technology is, at the end of the day, it still comes down to the interpretation. It's human interpretation. The goal line technology, obviously, I think nobody really has a problem with that because it's clear cut, like Hawkeye or using Hawkeye. And, the VAR, whoever's in charge of the VAR, it all comes down to their interpretation, and they're almost re-refereeing the game.
But as a player, is it frustrating when play stops and then the ref has to take X amount of time to walk over to a screen to look at something and come back on? I mean, is it or is it not annoying?
Most definitely. I mean, football is about flow and momentum and things like that, and that can really stop, a team in their tracks. I think that's probably the best you're going to see at that sort of time frame. There's been incidents where it's taken up to 2 minutes to make a decision. So I think, in Russia on the world stage, they're going to want to be making those decisions quick, or there is going to be some backlash, I'm sure.
Mendy?
Same. Totally agree with technology. In the state of age where we live in, you have to reduce those number of mistakes, but it has to be quicker. I think stopping the match for 2 or 3 minutes, even today was quite quick, but still you're losing the momentum. Let's say you would have been back in the scoreline and you need to get back, you need to just rushing up, and that stopped completely everything.
What?
And it's still a human being decision.
Yeah,
I think why not having someone in a room taking an eye on that, so the referee gets the information. Right?
Well, I think they do have a team who are actually wearing referee outfits.
Well, yeah, so
in
the
a
picture,
van.
but so why are they doing? Why they have to stop the match for the referee to go and see it? Why they don't make the decision and communicate to the referee penalty or not? Or
it seems
so
to be,
it doesn't stop it.
It seems to be that they don't have the authority to make that decision, but they can advise the referee, I'm presuming, and then he has to make the ultimate decision.
What I don't like about it is this, the matter of fact that it takes so long and you have to stop the match. Let's say it's a goal. It happened a few months ago. I can't remember where. It was a goal. They were all celebrating it, and then the referee calls the VAR, goes back and says it's no goal. So you're losing that emotion. Football is about emotions, and you're losing that when the VAR comes on and it takes 2 or 3 minutes, 5 minutes to actually make a decision.
Yeah, that was exactly the point I was going to make. The emotion's been taken out of it a lot for the goal decisions. I suppose at the end of the day, if it's the right decision, then nobody's going to argue with it too much. But players wheel off and celebrate, and then they're told to hold on a second, and they stand around for 30 seconds, and they say it's a goal, and everyone just walks back to their position. So it takes the emotion away, and I think it's in place for obvious errors only. So, again, it's down to the interpretation of the referee and then the interpretation to the man upstairs. And if he's not sure, he sends it back down to the referee and it's his interpretation again. So it's not always black and white.